Hey guys, Eric Su here. I think I am on Facebook. All right, cool. I'm gonna give you guys a second to log in. I'm gonna double check real quick here on my phone. Hope you guys are doing well and had a great day so far. I am excited about today. Hopefully you guys are too. And today's topic is pretty cool. I think you guys will love it. And let me show you guys my screen real quick here. And today I am doing a special Facebook Live with everyone. For those who don't know who I am and first time seeing this, my name is Eric Su. And I help people get into the best shapes of their lives through weight loss coaching, strength training, and healthy living lifestyle coaching. So hope you guys stay tuned for this one. Today is a special Facebook Live because normally I would do a workout with everyone. And today I am going to do a special kind of training for those who are looking to create new workouts for themselves, right? And so let me see here. All right. Okay, so training for those who are. Hey James, how are you? So I am going to head right into this special training today. And for those who are looking for my past workouts, go ahead and just go look on my Facebook page, and you'll see a lot of my workouts in the past under the videos, okay? But today I wanted to do something special. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about real quick. All right. Okay, so let me pull this up. All right. Hopefully you guys can see me, and you can also see what I'm going to be talking about today. It is called How to Create a Killer Workout Without Being a Personal Trainer. A lot of times people have always asked me, obviously, how to create workouts. And today I'm going to share with you step by step how I create workouts. And hopefully you guys like what I'm going to show you and share with you today. Okay. Let me just go through this real quick here. This is kind of the introduction slide, so you guys know what I'm talking about. And so here we go. I'm going to talk about my 3 secrets. Okay. How to design for weight loss, strength training, or core toning workouts, how to design those. Number 2, the secret of how to figure out which exercises to do, right? So there's so many exercises to do out there, which ones to do, okay? And secret number 3, how to speed up your results. I'm going to share with you through this designing of the workouts, how that happens, okay? Okay, cool. I'm doing good, James. I'm doing good. Hopefully you are awesome as well and have been able to work out. And all right, so those are the 3 secrets. Okay, cool. And I'm going to go right into my worksheet here. Okay. All right. Okay. So now for many of you guys who are creating workouts for yourself, you probably are using either a template from someone else. You're following someone else's workouts. You must be wondering, well, how in the world are they coming up with these workouts? Okay. And, so you don't have to wait for their new video coming out, for example. Okay. Or something like that. Right. So here is the workout design template. I'm going to build this out. This is just the kind of the beginning stages of the workouts. And I'm going to go through this with you. If you need to hit the replay later on, if you're not understanding some of the things I'm talking about, but I do want to make sure that I go over this with you. Now, remember, there's 3 secrets: how to design for weight loss, strength training, core toning, and how to figure out which exercises to do, and then how to speed up your results. Okay, I'm going to answer those questions or share with you those secrets through this part right here. Okay, now hopefully you guys can see me, which you can, which is awesome. Hope you guys are doing great. All right, so just pull myself up bigger here. Okay, so I'm going to share with you this template actually too, and you guys, I'm going to put a link to it so you guys can grab it later on in the post. I'll just link it to it so you guys don't have to do too much copying. So just listen and watch for me. And so this template has some fields: your name, the date. If you want to do a workout number, you can share or just keep track of what workout number you're on, which is cool. Okay. Now here's the really first part of when I start designing. It is understanding what a person's workout objective is. Now, I'm just going to list all the options that I've heard. Okay, so some are weight loss. Okay, some are strength toning. Okay, what is it? Cardio. Some people want more cardio training. Some people have maybe core training. Some people have flexibility training. What else could there be? Some other people could be like athletic training and so forth, or sports conditioning training. Let's see here, triathlon training. You can go on and on. I would say that these particular ones are pretty much the basic fundamentals of what most people want to focus on or have as a workout objective. Okay, so the main thing that you want to do here in this area would be to just go ahead and select one when you are filling this out, and just fill them out. Okay. All right. So I'll come back to that section, but those are the main ones I would say. There's so many exercises. Let's move on here for a second here, and let's just talk about exercises. There are machine exercises. There are free weight dumbbell exercises. There are body weight exercises. Okay, let me just write those down actually. Machine, body weight, free weights. For the most part, those are the three areas of exercises people can pretty much consider. I mean, there's kettlebell and stuff like that, and functional training exercises. But for the most part, people are using free weights, using your own body weight, or some type of machine. I think those are the top three. Okay. Now, let me just make sure I block those out. However, when it comes down to it, the library of exercises, there's probably, what was it off the top of my head, 8 or so, right? So what could we be talking about? We could be talking from head to toe. We're talking about shoulder exercises. We could talk about chest exercises. We could talk about arm exercises. We could talk about back exercises. We could talk about core exercises. We could talk about leg exercises. Okay. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 areas, right? If you want to break it down even further, so we got those types of exercises. Okay. If you want to go even further into what types of movements, there's so many different names and so forth, but I can think of like 3 exercises for the shoulders. We can already think of 1, 2, 3, 3 main one for the chest. You got biceps and triceps. You got I think off the top of my head, 1, 2 for the triceps, 3 for the triceps. For biceps, there's 1 or 2, so that's like 5 arm exercises right there. Back, you got rows, you got flies. There's 2 at least there. With core exercises, I know that there are so many different variations. We can go on. I would say there's at least 5 plus, if not more than that. So definitely exercises there. Legs, you got your squats, you got your lunges, you got Pilates squats, you got 3 plus there as well. Okay, so let me see here. For me to list out all the exercises for each of those areas, That would take, at least another 5 to 10 minutes. But know that there's at least 3 exercises for the shoulders, 3 exercises for the chest muscles. You got at least 5 for the arms. You got 2 for your back, maybe 3 if you do high pulls. I was thinking back flies and back rows, but at least 3 for the back. And then you've got 5+ core exercises at least. You got your planks, you got your forward, you got your reverse, you got your obliques, side planks, and name it, and variations everywhere. Okay, and then you got leg exercises, you got floor leg exercises, you got machine leg exercises. You've got so many different types of leg exercises. Again, I could go on and on with these. You can certainly look these up on Google, leg exercises, or Pinterest, or whatever you want to do, and boom, you've got a whole list of exercises you can do. Okay, so I'm not going to go too detailed into those. Okay, all right. So let's just say we understand those exercises because we looked them up. They're on Pinterest. They're on Google. You don't really need me to tell you which exercises to do. The only thing would be how to do the exercises, not so much what the exercises are. So we can always discuss that a little bit later on the how to do the exercises. I'm not always happy with everyone's explanation of how to do exercises, but let's just say that their explanations are out there. Okay, and I'm always open to answer any of your questions if you have them. But let's just move forward here, because ultimately I could talk all day talking about exercises. Okay, so this is where it's interesting because let's say here, I want to say that back when I started, this was like 2000. Even when I was in high school and college, which was in the 90s, there were certain types of routines that existed. Okay, this is pre-CrossFit, and maybe a little bit before, like functional training, which I really got into back in the early 2000, and that kind of morphed into CrossFit, in my opinion. But um, the types of routines that are out there, let's just back it up for a second. Let's talk about some history. There were basically strength training, bodybuilding routines. Okay, this is the idea. So bodybuilding. Okay, and those routines basically meant low reps and high weights, high rates, high weights. Okay, so bodybuilding routines. Okay, basic concept: low weight, low reps, high weights. Okay, that's Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's all those people who were trying to shape their bodies into like these mega muscle people, right? And then you had even around that time, you had those what do you call them? High low cardio routines. So high low cardio routines. Okay, Jane Fonda comes to mind. People like that were trying to get people moving, staying active, and using steps and choreographed routines to raise the heart rate and burn calories. So this is like step and choreograph. Can't even spell choreo. Let's say designed cardio routine. I'll have to learn how to spell choreographed. But anyhow, I think it's COREG, something like that. But anyhow, designed cardio routines. Okay, so then there was like this early 90s when I began type of thing where there was such a thing as functional training. Okay, that meant basically body weight training, and also it just meant non-machine. Okay, we went, out focus in more on the functional stuff in this kind of template here, but that's where my background is, and so there was probably this hybrid of like kickboxing routine. Kickboxing is more of a cardio style. There was such a thing as what is it called? MMA style routines. I can go on and on. Let me make sure I put CrossFit routines. This was like this CrossFit thing is primarily a functional base, and compete compete on your own, compete against yourself, okay, type of thing. This was just like self-defense type training. And so, you have these types of routines out there, okay? Nothing. Oh, I can't forget a lot of the yoga and Pilates. Okay, they have those types of routines out there. And so this is more for like flexibility. This is like core strength. Okay, now I could go on and on, and there's definitely some hybrids in here: kickboxing, MMA, CrossFit definitely is a hybrid. Bodybuilding strictly a strength muscle building, and then you got your high-low cardio routines. It's definitely a cardio routine. You can always put your running routines out there for your cardio and so forth. We can go on and on and on. Okay, but my main thing I want to make sure I emphasize in this explanation here is that when designing a workout, we kind of need all of this stuff, all of these things in a way. But my specialty is more in the functional training side. I'll kind of dabble in the CrossFit kind of systems and programs. But then there's also obviously the yoga and Pilates concepts that come into play as well. And so here's where I want to go with all this. When designing a workout routine, we need these components. You definitely need to understand what your workout objective is. So for example, if we wanted to create a weight loss program, you certainly need to know which exercises to do. Okay. And remember, I just mentioned how many exercises there are, but then we have to understand the types of routine we want to create with these exercises to produce this weight loss outcome. Okay, so let me dive into real quick here the specific little steps I take to actually write out a routine. Okay, so let me just, once I have all these components, okay, and let's just say we want to do so this part moving forward now is going to be exactly how I design this workout. Okay. All right. So let's just say our objective is working our weight loss as our objective. So let's highlight that. Let's give it a little color. This is green. Okay. And let's see, I think we're going to focus in on free weights or even body weight type of training here. So non-machine. So let's put that in play here. We're going to also say that all exercises are in play. Okay. And other thing I didn't mention here, let me just fill this out, is going to be frequency. Okay. And this basically means how many times this week, how many times a week, or you know what, I've actually changed that that idea, which is how many minutes. Okay, frequency is also how many days, but let me actually change that. I'm going to say actually time. Okay, so time is very important because we could be doing I don't know, going to the gym, and let's just say we spend an hour there. Unfortunately, that 30 minutes there, we were resting, talking, and not doing much. And so I'm talking about work time. Let me just make sure that I say that. Okay, work time. And it seems to be more effective when we talk about a workout routine. When I talk to my clients, I'm like, okay, well, let's establish a workout time for the week, right? If it's 60 minutes a week, then that you could break that down into like 20 minutes 3 times a week, for example, right? Do you want to work, you know, um, what else is there? There's 90 minutes. There's 200, what is it? 120 minutes. Okay, so that'd be 2 hours, something like that. So, uh, and I'm really focusing in on the exact amount of time that you're going to be working out, and that specifically will come into play when I design these workouts for people. Okay, so let's just say, for example, you want to put in 120 minutes. Okay, cool. Let's just say that you could always put let's say 3 hours, which would be 180 minutes. So you can also put 180 minutes. Okay. But this is actual work time. Okay, so this will come to play a little bit later. Let me just put this in here. Cool. All right, and by the way, if anyone's watching and you still have any questions, you can go ahead and put them in the comments. I appreciate those. Okay, cool. I'm going to select some functional training here. Okay. Okay, we'll put that in there. And I might even put some running in there if you want, by the way. So it's always good to extra burning of calories. Okay, so we kind of have a good framework right here if we think about it. But let me just dive into the exact way I would structure this whole routine. Now, specifically, this idea here, this functional training, body weight training, non-machine based approach, that doesn't say much because there's not a lot of specifics. But so here's where I'm going to go right into the specifics. Okay, you guys. So let's do this. So weight loss, body weight training, free weights using those, functional training approach. And we're going to also do some cardio or running for your cardio. And the amount of time is 120 minutes. Okay, so here's where the specifics happen. Okay, so let me dive into how would I want to put this? Okay, so this would be specifics. So let's type in routine. Okay, let's type in what else do we need to do? Specific exercises. Let's do this here. So we'll do that, and we'll do exercises over here. All right, cool. All right, so we're going to dive into functional training, and let's do a interval style routine. Okay, and this is going to be a time-based sequence. Okay, and we're going to focus on full body. Okay, and so that's pretty important. So we got that. Okay, we're breaking it down into specific type. Now, definitely we can actually do a routine where it doesn't have to be full body, by the way. So so this is what I've chosen today. It could be priority training, which means you're going to focus in on upper body, for example. kind of diving into some bodybuilding approaches. And then instead of time-based, you have the hey, what's up, Robert? You're on. You can also go into repetition-based sequences, okay? And interval is basically, I'll explain that, where you go from low cardio and going into strength training, okay? And you'll see when I outline it a little bit more, okay? So let's pick some exercises now. So if we're doing full body, we can do some shoulders. We'll do specific shoulder presses. Okay. Let's pick one for the chest. It would be regular flat chest press. Okay. Let's go into some bicep curls. We go into tricep kickback. We can go from there to some regular back rows. And let's see, if you're not into back rows, or I'm sorry, after back rows, we can go into some squats. And then we can dive into, what is it, lunges. Cool. All right, so if we take a look at this list of exercises, okay, and like I said, there's so many more that you could choose beyond this, and more different angles and so forth. We've got a pretty good set of exercises, okay? All right, so just to recap real quick here, if we're gonna do this workout here, you're gonna do an interval style routine with time-based sequence, and it's going to be a full body. And by saying full body, we're going to choose exercise in the upper body and lower body. So we got shoulder presses, we got chest presses, we got bicep curls, tricep kickbacks, we got back rows. So that takes care of the upper body, and then you got your squats and lunges. Okay. Now, one of the more interesting questions that I would get would be, well, what order should I do these exercises? Okay, so order, okay, there's several ways to go about it. And let me come back to that for a second here, because I want to kind of define this interval. Okay, so how to do interval. Okay, so you can do an interval real basic by saying you want to do some cardio first, and then strength second. Okay, and you can repeat that over and over again. Basically, I'm just shortcut this. Repeat interval until all exercises are done. Okay, so if I'll just say it in words, that if we were to do, let me define some cardio here. So in place cardio is what I'm referring to, and we can talk about high knees. We could talk about what's it called? Jumping jacks. We could be talking about mountain climbers. We could talk about burpees, speed skaters. I'll put those in. Okay, those right there we can also use as our exercises. Okay, and so those would be the whole list of exercises that we could be using in our interval here. Okay, so I'm wondering if I should just write this out here. Let me just do this. So let's just say high knees, going into shoulder presses, going into jumping jack, into flat chest press, and then we're going back into, we'll just keep it simple, and then going back into bicep curls, and let's go into burpees, into triceps kickback. Cool. And then we got speed skaters, and then we're going into back rows. We can go right from there to let's go back to high knees, and then we can go to squats. Okay, and then we can go back into jumping jacks, then we can go back to lunges. Okay, cool. So this would be the exact sequence of the routine. Okay, not too bad. How does that look? Pretty cool. So I guess when it comes to order, which to do first or which to do second, I want to say that it kind of depends on the routine itself. There is another specific, how would you say, routine called upper body, lower body, and so I'm going to put down order. It will depend on the routine designed. Example is upper body / lower body. And in that example, so if we were to look at this high knee shoulder press jumping jacks and then flat chest, it would be high knees shoulder press to lower body. So I'm sorry, it would be high knees shoulder press jumping jacks to squats here. So this is an upper body, and this would be a lower body. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. But anyhow, I don't want to confuse anybody at this point. So let's just keep it at that. Okay. If you have any more questions, let me know. But I just want to move on here real quick. Thanks, James, for the feedback. So let's just say that we have this now. How to do the interval. This would be the exact same thing. Now, we have something called timing. Since we're doing something called time-based sequence, we need a timing sequence. Okay. Now, there's different ways to go about this. There's definitely ways that you can make it more challenging. There's definitely ways that you can make it easier, right? And for most part, I like to kind of ease people in and go more challenging as you go on, right? And so something to think about would be like a beginner's level. Okay, so beginners would be 30 seconds on and 10 seconds off. Okay, so that could be a beginner's level. If you want to go 45 seconds on with 15-second off, that's another sequence. If you want to go 1 minute on with 20-second off, you could do that too. Just know that the longer the duration off, the less intense your workout routine will be. Okay, so timing sequence. I usually use something called Gym Boss as an app timer, interval timer, I should say. Gym Boss interval timer. So let's just go into now I'm just really scratching the surface, if you will, for types of workouts, timing sequences, but this would be really common stuff that you could use. Okay. All right. So see what else we got here. I want to mention interval or intensity for a second here. This is a very interesting area to focus in on, because if you look at this routine right now, we've got an interval style routine, time-based, with a full body focus. And let me just really say real quick here, for weight loss purposes, we kind of need a full body approach, in my opinion. Other people may disagree, but for me, full whole body basically means that you hit every muscle group, condition those muscles, increase your lean muscle mass for each one, hitting them in a specific way, and then adding the cardio to burn calories. It's a beautiful, beautiful interval. But anyhow, weight loss is a byproduct of doing activity, right? And so this is a great activity. Okay, so the intensity aspect, I just want to say real quick here, is that a lot of times people go into it thinking that they'll just do the exercises, get through it, and when they are done, feel great, right? I want to say that's a good approach, but not a great approach. A great approach basically is one where you set your intention of how intense you want to do each exercise, right? So intensity, I tell people that on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 is like Usain Bolt, fast intensity, go hard, right? And then you have level 1, which is like a turtle speed, right? And I'll actually, if people are with me, I'll actually show them the difference of intensities, and usually they get it right away, and I think you guys will too. So what intensity is the question that you want to enter this workout with, right? So are we talking about level 10, or are we talking about level 1, right? So this would be like level 1 to 10 intensity. So you could choose going at 60%, or it's level 6, right? And so that's pretty good intensity to sustain throughout, and that's the key, right? A lot of times people will enter a workout, and at, like, I don't know, 5 minutes into it, they're already at 30% effort, because they're not conditioned. So the key here is to choose an intensity that you can keep and sustain. That's what I would suggest. Okay. All right. So once we get that out of the way, let us talk about, what do we got here? Let's do some math here real quick here. So how much time is work? Okay. So we need to answer that question next. Okay. How much time is work? So if we're doing a 30-second on, 10-second off type timing, okay, we can set up a 5-minute routine. We could set up a 10-minute routine. 10-minute routine. Okay. What I mean by that is that would be, let's see here. What is this, by the way? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, this is actually 14. So 14 exercises at 30 seconds, it would make a 7-minute routine. Okay. So this routine is actually a 7-minute routine. You could always create 10 and so forth. And that all depends on how many exercises that you do. Okay. But this one in particular right now is a 7-minute routine. Now, how do we do that? How do we come up with that? It's all based on these exercises right here. All of this right here. This whole design sequence right here will make it a 7-minute routine. Okay. Based on 30 seconds, right? And so if you do this interval 3 times, so the question is, how many times will you do this interval? Okay, 3 times would equal 21 minutes of work. Okay, Now, 21 minutes, not bad. Okay, 21 minutes, not bad. I would say that 21 minutes is on the beginner's level side. Okay. And not too difficult, I would say. Okay. Wonder if anyone's had any questions about this who's still watching, by the way. All right. So 21 minutes. Congratulations. By doing this routine right here, this whole routine right here, for 30 seconds on and 10 seconds off with 60% intensity. Each time you do this interval is 7 minutes. If you do it for 3 times, it will be 21 minutes of work. Okay. I do ask people to do a quick warm up and everything. Let me just put that down here real quick here. Warm ups can be some basic strength, exercises with light weights. Warm up could be some cardio for 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, and so if we let's just say we do a 5-minute warm up. Okay, let's just say a 5-minute warm up. 5-minute warm up. Let's just do this one here. Okay, with the 21 minutes here, you're getting 26 minutes of actual work. Okay, and then let's just say that you have some core work. Notice that we didn't do any core here, and we'll put some core in here. So some core training. Okay. As you probably know from searching the internet or really anything, core training, there's so many. We even said over here that there's like 5+, or probably 10+, if you ask me, 10+ different types of exercises that you can be doing. But the main thing here is that let's just pick a focus on what we're going to do. Are we going to spend 5 minutes with the core? Or are we going to spend 10 minutes with the core, right? So a lot of times people will probably say that they want to do at least 5 minutes. Okay, that's pretty easy. Let's just do some basics here. Let's just choose 5 exercises, and we'll repeat that sequence. So let's just say forward crunching, oblique crunches. Let's do some leg raise, forward reaches. Let's also do some frog pulls, and one more we would do is planks. Okay, so let's just say that each one of these exercises we do for 1 minute. Okay. Okay, 1 minute each. So total core time would be, that's 5 minutes right there. Okay. So you got these exercises for the core. Definitely you can lengthen this out and just say, let's just say you did these exercises 1 each. You want to do it a little bit more, you can go up to 10 minutes here if you wanted to. That's okay. And let's just say we had 5 minutes. Okay. Let's just say 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, plus 21 minutes of work here. You got 31 minutes approximately of actual work time. If we were to take this whole thing right here. Let's summarize real quick here. We've got a routine called interval style, time-based, and full body. We've got all these exercises that we selected to do. We're going to do a interval of doing the cardio and strength training here. Cardio, strength, cardio, strength. Okay. We're going to do it for 30 seconds on and 10 seconds off with a 60% intensity level. This can always go up if you want, and during the workout as well. Doing this sequence right here for 30 seconds, 10 seconds off, timing wise comes out to 7 minutes. If you do this 3 times, 3 rounds, if you go 1 time through is 1 round, you get 21 minutes of work. Okay. And before you do actually the main workout, we'll call this interval here the main one. We can always do a 5-minute warm up here. Okay. And then you can do this core training at the end. You can do these exercises here, 1 minute each, and you can do them 1 time for 5 minutes. But if you want, you can bump it up to 10 minutes. Okay. And so total time, if we want to do some quick math here, total work time. Okay. We've got warm up. We've got main workout, and we got core training. Okay. We've got 5, we've got 21, and we've got, let's just say 5. And we'll just combine that. There we go. So the total time here would be, what is that? 31 minutes. Okay. So if we were to, okay, say that we wanted to do 120 minutes in a week, okay, we would have to do this routine 4 times at least in a week to get to 120 minutes. All right. Not too bad. I think that's very doable. You could always, if you wanted to get to 120 minutes in this whole workout here, you could always add some cardio to it. Let's just say in this workout here, you could actually do another 20 minutes of cardio, making this 51 minutes or 50 minutes, and therefore shortening how many times you would have to work out. If it's all about time, in other words, you can only get to the gym 2 times or maybe 3 times at the most, how could you meet this minutes, right? So play with the numbers a little bit, and I think you guys Robert, cool down. Yeah, I consider cool down as time as well, but unfortunately that is an area I don't really consider as effort. In other words, like I don't want to say, but cool down is a proper time too, Stephen. Let me just say, cool down is important too. Stretching and relaxing, recovering, and all that stuff. It is important. I'm considering for this purpose of work time. I'm just considering the effort, hard work and sweat and so forth. But yes, cool down. Let me just make sure I put that down. Cool down for sure. Make sure you stretch. Make sure you stretch. Let's see here. Let's see. A foam roller. Okay, things like that. Definitely to cool down. Drink water. Okay, you guys get the drill. So definitely take time to cool down. Get your body recovered, stretched out, so that you can be ready for the next bout, if you will. Okay, so all right, in a nutshell here, what I want, basically want to summarize with all of this here is like, you know, I'm gonna send you guys this template here real quick if you guys want, and you guys can play with this if you like. The whole idea here in this whole thing, and why I'm doing this, is so that you guys can kind of see what I think through and go through to design all of this for certain clients. You know, if you're like, wow, that's a lot. Yeah, it can be a lot. I'm kind of so used to it, and I've kind of just, I don't really think about it too much, but it all comes together. What's really fun is coming up with you know, how to do the interval, what kind of routine to do too. Um, you know, maybe in the future training we can talk about, you know, what types of trainings can we design. You know, interval is not the only one. There's always cool. Yeah, no worries, James. The idea here is that intervals really are just one style, right? There's other ones I could say, like priority training. There's other styles of functional training as well. Um, Different ways to manipulate tools that we have, tubing, TRX, you know, all those types of, you know, boot camp. You know, high intensity interval is just a form of interval training. There's Tabata style training, different styles of routines, get your heart rates up and so forth. Maybe in the future we can always discuss that, but for the most part, not to confuse everyone, here's the main idea here, which is, you know, this kind of breakdown of what I would go through to think about to come up with a routine is what I'm talking about here. And so yeah, that's pretty much how I do it. All right. So, unless I've left anything out, for those who are watching the replay, hopefully, if you have any questions, you know, comment below and let me know. Otherwise, this is all for me. That's all I have kind of planned for. So, let me clean this up a little bit if I can, and put this in a folder where you guys can grab this, and I'll put the link so that you guys can get this. In a in the post. Okay, you guys, I really appreciate you guys tuning in today. I know you guys may have wanted a workout, but I thought this would be a really good way to share with you all what it takes to design a killer workout. Okay, and hopefully I've been able to answer these 3 secrets, which is, you know, how to design for weight loss, strength training, and core toning. Number 2, how to figure out which exercises to do, and how to speed up your results. Okay, hopefully I've been able to answer those questions. And if I did, let me know. If I didn't, let me know. So I really appreciate you guys coming out tonight to watch this. And if you're watching the replay, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you guys next week on Facebook Live. And until then, hopefully you guys stay healthy and stay active. All right, guys, have a good day.
Hey Goality Lifers, welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, so glad you are here. And you must be wondering, what's a lifer? A lifer is someone who strives to live incredibly fit every day. So if you want to be a lifer too, continue watching and remember to smash the like, subscribe, and notification button. Alright, so let's dive into today's episode. And today's episode is going to be really important because I'm talking about the 3 mistakes people make when they're trying to lose weight. Alright, so I know a lot of you guys are heading back into, I guess, a routine, and you're looking to lose weight. Something that you may have been thinking about since the summer. Well, so I've got 3 things that can help you speed up that process, and so that you are going to get results as quick as possible, okay? And so let's dive into those 3 mistakes to avoid, all right? So let's get started. All right, so the first mistake people make that I see all the time is that they start on the wrong workout program. So what do I mean? So there's a lot of confusion out there as to what works and what doesn't work as far as weight loss, okay? And there's so many options there right now that people can participate in, right? okay? And so if you really are looking to lose weight, you have to find a program that actually helps your body start burning calories, raise your metabolic rate, and literally start burning fat off your body, okay? And so the first thing that people usually think about is cardio routines, okay? And yes, those cardio routines can burn cardio. Don't get me wrong, they certainly can help burn those calories. Unfortunately, if that's the only program that you are focused on and only do primarily, you might be missing out on a lot of benefits from the other programs that exist, okay? And so that's just one example. So a lot of times people I talk to, they immediately go to a cardiovascular workout program thinking that that's gonna help them lose weight. And yes and no, okay? And so I wanna be clear about that. So now, the other thing that people fail to do, in addition to just doing cardio, is that they never really do resistance training, okay? This is a big no-no, right? Now, we all know that resistance training can benefit us by increasing your lean muscle mass, and in doing so, your lean muscle mass can help you burn more calories even while you're at rest. That's a fact, okay? And so, not doing resistance training is a big mistake as well, okay? And the other aspect is that we always want to do things that are feel-good things, right? And so yoga, Pilates, and maybe spinning, okay, might be one of those things. And unfortunately, yoga and Pilates, although a lot of people will argue with me about it, they are not a real weight loss solution program, okay? It's definitely great for flexibility. It's good for core training and breathing and relaxation. But the bottom line is that without doing some of the other things that I'll be talking about, yoga, Pilates, and maybe spinning, they are not a true, if you will, long-term solution for weight loss, okay? It may be a piece of the weight loss puzzle, but it's not the long-term solution. I might get a lot of feedback about that, but if you really feel about, or if you really think that those three options there I just gave you, spinning, yoga, and Pilates, are really good long-term solutions, then go ahead and write in the comments and let me know, okay? I might be wrong. But anyhow, it's my experience that people who are trying to lose weight, they choose the wrong program, okay? Now, again, to summarize, the wrong program would be just only doing cardio, not doing resistance, and then just focusing in on like maybe yoga, Pilates, and maybe spinning, okay? So you wanna avoid those if you're really focused on trying to lose weight this time around, okay? So, but I'm not gonna say totally avoid them, but focusing on them too much is really what I wanna say about that, okay? So number one, choosing the wrong workout program, okay? Now, the other mistake is that there is no variety, the program that you choose. There is a lack of, let's say here, intensity. There's not enough frequency, and then there isn't any recovery time, okay? And so what I'm really trying to say here is that when we head into this journey to lose weight, we're too focused on one thing. And I think just the scale weight or just dieting or just, hitting the gym, so to speak, right? I already talked about you doing the wrong program, but as far as choosing a program, we need variety. We also need intensity, we need frequency, and we need the recovery time, okay? Now, without all those pieces in this workout program, you're kind of missing the boat, right? If we take the example of doing cardio, for example, you do the same cardio over and over again, we're kind of missing the boat on the variety aspect, okay? Now, if you're doing the cardio and you lack the intensity, well, you're missing out on the intensity aspect of the benefits of high intensity, for example, okay? And then if you're doing this cardio program and you don't do it frequently enough, okay, you're also missing out on the frequency benefits, okay, how often you do it. All right, and then if you're not recovering, giving yourself time to recover, well, then you're not allowing your body to grow and to get better, right? And to prevent injuries as well. And so the mistake people I want to say on this part, number 2, is they lack the knowledge on all of those pieces to make the program more beneficial. Okay, and so it's the variety, it's the intensity, it's the frequency, and the recovery, all put together. Okay, and so let's be aware of those things. All right, and so and then the third mistake I find people make is that they make drastic eating changes, thinking that nutrition, how they eat and everything, although it really, really is important, don't get me wrong, they're making too big of a change in that area, and their body is like all confused as to how to respond. Okay, and so I've heard people go from eating a basic 3 meals a day to like no meals a day, or small meals a day. They do intermittent fasting, they go right into keto and all these things, and thinking that those are the solution for their eating problems. Okay, and so I really, really want you guys to take a closer look at a few basic things with regards to eating. Okay, number 1, I just want you guys to make sure that you guys are eating the right amount. Okay, that is so critical. Yes, we overeat, and that is one of the bigger issues behind why we can't lose weight. We overeat. Okay, so portion control. Now, in addition to drastic eating changes, we go into these like elimination of certain food groups, right? And unfortunately, eliminating certain food groups may not be the best thing for your body, right? Unless you're allergic or you have some type of value system that you can't eat certain things, that's fine, okay? But in my experience, okay, the biggest thing about nutrition is that we want a balance, and a balance means variety, okay? But we all know that eating fruits and vegetables, for example, is very healthy for us, right? We know plant food is probably one of the best things you can feed your body, right? And so let's be clear about what we're doing as far as choosing how to eat. Let's be clear on how much we eat, okay? And having variety, using spices and stuff like that to change the flavors of things, right? Being conscious of how much sugar you're putting in your body. All those things do matter, okay? And if you're an emotional eater, well, we'll have to figure out something that will help you in that department, right? So all these things go into play, but drastic eating changes do not, I think, in my opinion, from my experience, help anyone. Okay, so really be cautious of those, of that thing. Okay, now, so here's the big summary. These are 3 big mistakes that I find people make, and I want you to avoid them. Number 1, again, as a summary, you're doing the wrong workout program. Number 2, you're not adding any variety, you're not adding any intensity, your frequency, and recovery to your workout program. That's a big, big problem, and I find that if you're really serious about losing weight, we have to take a closer look at those aspects of your workout program. And then number 3 is that we're making too big of a drastic change in our eating habits, okay? And so if we can correct those things, that'd be great. In a follow-up video, I think I'll go ahead and do 3 best practices maybe, or something like that. Leave in the comments below and let me know if that's what you'd like to see. But these are the 3 big mistakes that I find people are making when they are trying to lose weight. I really hope you guys take to heart some of these things, and leave in the comments below. Let me know if you want to see a video about the 3 or more, I don't know, best practices so that you can lose weight. Okay, so hope you guys enjoyed this one, and we'll talk to you guys in the future video. As always, stay active and be safe.
Bam! Hey, thanks for listening to my podcast. Are you overwhelmed and frustrated with your fitness journey? If you are, I get it. There's so much information out there and it can be confusing. It's a terrible feeling, and I want to fix it for you right now. Yep, it starts with my educational library containing my best trainings. The best part is that it's free to join. You get my training secrets, special workshops, and cooking recipe books. Valued over $2,000 at this time, with ongoing updates in the future, there is no other time to join than now. Visit www.goality.com/raw to sign up today. You'll be glad you did. Hey, remember to subscribe and leave feedback for me. Did you know you can find me on Instagram or Twitter at Eric W. Su Trainer? I have unique content there, and it would be cool to connect with you there. Finally, share or tag this episode with your friend. Sharing is caring. Okay, catch you on the next episode.